Diffusing tensions along the Russian-Ukraine border is growing tougher by the day. The Kremlin presented its version of diplomacy on Friday on Russian national television. The Deputy Foreign Minister outlining an impossible list of demands he knows NATO is unlikely to agree to. Russia insists the Ukraine and other countries in the region never join the alliance, but NATO has said repeatedly that Moscow has no say on who gets to be a member. The proposal also requires countries that join NATO after the fall of the Soviet Union not deploy troops or weapons in areas seen as a threat to Moscow. And most pressingly, NATO's military support for the Ukraine must stop.
Washington and its NATO allies should immediately stop frequent hostile actions against our country, such as unscheduled military exercises, dangerous encounters, maneuvering of warships and aircrafts, and stop military assimilation of Ukrainian territory.
It's unclear why Moscow is demanding things the West is unlikely to deliver. Perhaps the Kremlin is trying to convince the Russian public that tensions between Moscow and NATO isn't their fault. Or maybe it's a negotiating tactic in the hope to secure some concessions.
"26-year-old Tural is one of many assistant physicians seeking to leave Turkey for Germany. Low salaries, long hours, and the risk of attack by patients are among the reasons they want out. Working in one of Istanbul's busiest public hospital emergency wards, Tural sees more than 500 patients a day. The Turkish Medical Association, which is the leading trade union for doctors here, says 9,000 doctors have resigned within the past 2 years. 250,000 health workers, doctors, and other medical personnel went on a one-day strike earlier this week, protesting poor wages and harsh working conditions. Union leaders say 100,000 doctors have been physically and verbally assaulted in the last 11 years, and at least 10 of them have been killed by patients.
We maintain our call on Russia to de-escalate tensions and refrain from any further aggression. We would like to be in a situation where relations with Russia are good, but this is very much depending on the choices made by Moscow.
Fourteen people have died in a head-on collision between two minibus taxis on the R57 road between Ritz and Petrostain in the Free State. Free State Emergency Medical Services spokesperson Sipotova says 4 people were injured in that crash, and that happened in the early hours of this morning. The office of the provincial commissioner also released a statement saying that it's alleged that the accident took place at about 1 a.m. today. They say the names of all the deceased involved in the accidents are unknown at this stage, as are the whereabouts of their next of kin.
You know, the message is this.
A huntsman spider made an unexpected and unwanted visit during a health official's press conference.
Okay, can someone please get that spider off?
Queensland, Australia Health Minister Yvette Diath was giving an update on the COVID-19 situation in her state when a huntsman spider started crawling up her leg, and she handled it better than most.
This shows how controlled I can be. I don't like huntsmen, but I'm going to keep going and I'm going to pretend I don't have a huntsman on me right now and let someone else manage this, but if it gets anywhere near my face, please let me know.
Huntsman spiders can measure about 6 inches across and are known to be fast-moving, about 3 feet per second. Unlike other spider species that build webs to trap their prey, huntsman spiders chase down their potential food sources with their long legs.
In the suburbs of Erbil, a clean-up operation is underway. Torrential rain caused flash floods here and people's homes and businesses are badly damaged. The floods started around 1 a.m. local time when most people were asleep. Not everyone got out alive. Iraqis have been hit by a succession of extreme weather events. They've endured repeated droughts in recent years, but have also experienced intense floods, made worse when torrential rain falls on sun-baked earth. The government's accused of being too slow to adapt to climate change and that widespread corruption has led to years of underinvestment in the city's infrastructure.
At the same time, with U.S. ramping up measures to bring in vaccine mandate on its citizens, U.S. military services have also started taking disciplinary actions against its troops who have refused to get the compulsory COVID-19 vaccine. With this, as many as 20,000 unvaccinated troops are now at risk of being removed from their service. Marine Corps so far has discharged some 103 Marines, while Army said it has reprimanded more than 2,700 soldiers and will begin discharge proceedings from next month. Armed forces have warned for months, saying that troops would face consequences if they do not comply with the vaccine protocols. According to latest figures, some 30,000 service members are not yet vaccinated, but several of them have gotten temporary medical exemptions approved, which might help them escape the looming job loss threat.